action today. That's going to help you win a prize, maybe. And it's also going to help us as we're trying to pick who's winning the prizes. So,
Yes, I am with the little ones, but so excited to be here, everybody. And thank you for joining us this morning. So we do have a couple prizes that we'll be giving out today. One of them has been claimed, but we will announce that a little bit later. But another important piece is our engagement. We know that it is our virtual golf clinic, but even though we're virtual, the Lord is with us and we're together. So we want to make sure that we are engaged, ask your questions, answer back. And blow up that chat. We'll be in there as well to answer questions and to ask questions as well. And also share with your friends the post and the live stream. And so that will give you opportunities to win prizes as well. And towards the end of the call, we'll let you know how to claim those prizes. So again, thanks for joining us today, everybody.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. I want us to introduce ourselves. If you are here, unmute, tell us who you are, and tell us if this is your first time hearing about God Golf and Girls. And then if you've been to God Golf and Girls previously, that's fine too. Let us know that and let us know what year of GGG this will be for you. So in any random order, we don't have to go in order. Just if somebody's already talking, you can wait until they're done. And if they're not talking, you unmute and let us know. Let us know who you are. Let us know maybe where you're coming in from on the call. So who you are, where you're tuning in from. If this is your first time at God Golf and Girls, if it's not your first time, then let us know what number of times you've been at God Golf and Girls. Okay. Are you ready? Set, go.
Good morning.
Good
This is
morning.
Phyllis Breach. This is my first time to God Golf and Girls, and I am zooming in from Winder, Georgia.
Very good. It's nice to meet you. Nice to have you here on the call today. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
All right. Who's
Good
next?
morning.
Awesome.
I'll go next. This is Maria
Yes.
Calhoun, and this is also my first time for God Golf and Girls. And hopefully
Very
I got
good.
that correct. So I'm excited today, and I'm coming in from Norcross, Peachtree Corners area of Atlanta.
Very good. Thank you. It's so nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Good morning. This is Cynthia Lyles, and I'm chiming in from Cherokee County, Georgia. And this is my first time, and I've never golfed. So I'm excited.
Awesome. We're glad to have you.
And you guys are doing a great job.
Praise the Lord. Praise the
You're
Lord.
doing a great job. We're grateful for you guys for stepping up and letting Miss Beth have a break. We know she needs it. And so just thank you guys for what you're doing and giving up your Saturdays, and you're doing a great job. I just want to tell you that you're doing a great job.
Thank you. Thank you
And
so
thank you,
much.
Rose. And Rose, you're doing a great job. We appreciate you, even with the baby.
Yes, we love our Rose.
Hey, Lisa. This is
Hi,
Jordana from Belgium.
yeah. I'm
This
so
will
glad
be
you're
my
here.
this will be my second time to attend God Golf and Girl. And man, it was amazing. My husband just asked me, he's like, "Did you golf the first time?" I said, "Yeah." The location is beautiful and it's worth every bit for me traveling almost 10 hours just to be with the girls. 3 days is even not, it's too short. I have a wonderful time. I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying to drag some of my friends too. So we will see you then.
Thank you, Jadana. Listen, Jadana is opening up our global GCBN network. We are Georgia Christian Business Network, but we're soon to be Global Christian Business Network. And Jadana is our ambassador for that. She is in Belgium, like she said. And And she's faithful. You were at the gala in December. You've been at God Golf and Girls twice. Like it is really cool to see what God is doing through Miss Beth and the organization, and through even Judonna just taking that, that step and saying, yes, I'll be the ambassador. And so, of course, we had to postpone our trip to Belgium, but that's going to come. God's going to work all of that out. And we really continue to pray for Miss Beth. And we thank you for your prayers for Miss Beth and Dr. Jess and the family. And so thank you, Jadonna. Okay, did I miss anybody? Okay. All right. Well, we are streaming on YouTube. We are streaming on Facebook. Praise the Lord. And we're streaming on LinkedIn. So if you guys are over on those platforms, let us know that you're there. We'll try to monitor that and bring any questions that you have over. So we're going to get started with the official portion with our presentation. So you guys can see that and take part. My screen is a little bit smaller than I'm used to. So give me just 1 second to find myself. It is going to be great. All right, there's my screen share. Yay. Okay, here we go. Let's get it on the right screen first, though. And here we go. And let's try this one more time. Here are our slides. I'm going to make this full screen. Rose, I'm going to actually give you, if you don't mind, I'm going to give you the host access just so that you can, if anybody tries to come in, because when I make the screen, I can't see the screen anymore. So I'm going to make you host if you're able to do that. If not, maybe we can pass it to Christian and she can help us out there too. We're going to full screen. Can you guys see my screen here? Are you guys able to see?
Looks good.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Christian. Okay, so as I said today, this is our virtual golf clinic. We are so glad to be here to present this to you. This just gives you a taste of GGG. We cannot capture a whole weekend of GGG in just a few moments. Okay, we just can't do that. But we're glad to show you some snippets, and we're glad to give you our golf enthusiast, Christian, to be able to give us the tips today. But you really do have to be in the room. We call it the experience because it is an experience. And this year our theme is shift, go up from here. And it's going to be, I just already can see what it's going to be. So y'all just be present, get your tickets if you haven't yet, and we'll teach you how, or we'll show you how to do that. Share it with your friends so that, they can be part of this. But we have some testimonials we'll be sharing with you. This is kind of our lineup for the day. We'll try to roll through this as quickly as possible to be able to get to Haley's Christian Haley's training, because we want to make sure that she does that for us, because that is going to make you more comfortable and confident on the course. I did not golf. In fact, when I heard God Golf and Girls, I heard golf and I just stopped listening. I was like, I don't golf, I'm not going. But how dumb was I really to just take that and just be like golf and that's it. And I didn't golf. And so I just missed out on the blessing, but I did go. But it took a little bit of convincing from my friends to be like, Lisa, it's not just golf. Like, it's a small portion of the event. And so, we're going to give you a taste of what GGG is today. We're going to give you some information. Dr. Jess may pop in, she may not, and that's okay. But if she doesn't, then we'll share that information with you on like ticketing and how you can get your tickets, how you can share out the tickets. And then we have some testimonials, of course, our venue, what that looks like. We do have sponsors for God Golf and Girls. We'll give you an opportunity to know how you can become a sponsor or how you can help us find sponsors. Okay. So that we really value that opportunity to be able to share and then have people help us to find sponsors or to be a sponsor. Of course, it's a conference, so we have speakers. And so that's going to be awesome for you guys to learn our lineup, because we're tweaking some things and getting some information. So we don't have our full speaker lineup right now, but we'll share who we do have, and we're excited about that. Again, ticket information, Christian's going to give us the training, and then we have upcoming events for GCBN, because anytime we do a GCBN event, we want to make sure that you know what's coming up so that you can be part of that. Giveaways as well, and Rose mentioned that earlier, and then any questions or comments that you guys have. Okay, my name is Lisa Muth. If you don't know who I am, hi, it's good to meet you. I have been with GCBN since 2016. I went to one meeting, joined, and have been a member ever since. I'm actually a corporate sponsor now, and I run a virtual assistance business, but I help Miss Beth and Rose and the team on the back end, facilitating our weekly calls Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and just really whatever Miss Beth needs help with. And you know, she might say, Rose, do this, Lisa, do this. And we're just in the background doing the ninja things and trying to get things going for her. And it is a blessing to work for Miss Beth. If you've met her, I always tell her, have you met you yet? Because she's just such a blessing. But this will be my 10th year at God Golf and Girls, and I almost missed it just because I heard the word golf and turned it off. So I'm so thankful that that my friends just kept on at me. You should go. You should go. So maybe do that for your friends. You should go. You should go. We have Dr. Jess, who may be popping in for marketing information. So yeah. Yeah, welcome. So we want to welcome you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I think as soon as you cross the bridge at Lake Lanier, and I'll show you photos of that in just a minute, Miss Beth always says you're ours. As soon as you cross that bridge, you're ours, meaning your worries, your frets, your food, your boarding, all lodging, all of that is taken care of. None of that you have to worry about. Of course, if you do have any issues or something comes up, you'll be assigned a team leader, and it'll be somebody on the GGG admin team. And we will be the one to walk you through and be your concierge the whole entire event. So if you have questions or you need anything, we're there for you. And we try to give you more information as time comes along, and so that you're fully prepared when you come to GGG to know what you're expecting, what you need to bring, what you need to pack. And you're ours, and we are taking care of you that whole entire weekend. And I love that. And it's a beautiful venue. You'll be able to see that, but we're just excited to give you that little taste today. Okay. We have some attendees' testimonies. I could tell you all day long how GGG has affected me or has been a blessing to me. Christian could as well. Rose could. But we want you to hear from some people who have been in the room. Maybe they never attended ever, and we want you to be able to hear. And we thank Rose and our photographer and videographer last year for being able to put this together. So thank you, Rose, because this is, I was looking through them and I was like, give me my ticket right now. I want to go. So
Shawanda Harris, this is my first time at GGG.
can you guys hear it okay?
Time.
I'm sorry.
I
Hang
didn't-
on.
Hi, my name.
No, go back. Can you hear it okay? I just want to make sure my volume's good.
Greatly.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
perfect.
good.
Shawanda Harris, this is my first time at GGG. I am having an amazing time. I did not know what to expect. This is way beyond my expectations. Thanks to Ms. Beth Copeland. This is an amazing event. I love being here with all the faith-based women, entrepreneurs, and now we're getting ready to tee off. So, yeah.
Hi, my name is Ty Woods, and I'm one of the speakers and a featured sponsor at GGG. You know, I thought I came to be a speaker and I was going to just leave and go away. But one thing that I got out of this retreat was that there is a community here of so much love and compassion, and there are people who want to help you and help each other. And I ended up leaving out of here receiving the love, receiving the support, and even some advice from God Himself. God is in this place, and I will definitely be back next year. I've already put a down payment for my sponsorship for next year. So you will see me again next year.
So listen, this is an incredible experience. God Golf and Girls 10. I think this is like my fourth year. I think this is my fourth year. Every year it's ever happened, I've not been able to get it. So I think this is my fourth year, and it is just as incredible now, even better than it was 4 years ago. So I can't even imagine where we're going GGG 11 and beyond.
This is my first.
Woo,
Thanks
I love it.
to Miss Sapp here, and I cannot be more blessed. I really am. The phenomenal women that I have met, and you come here to expect a blessing, and I've been blessed 5 times over already. So I cannot wait for the. I can't wait. It's just going to be a great weekend for tomorrow and next year. So I'll be back.
Yes,
For sure.
Yes, GGG 10. It's been phenomenal.
And so you can hear from these ladies just right there on the spot as they're there giving their hearts. And it truly is an experience, and it truly is networking and connecting with women. Maybe we don't always have that opportunity in this way. And so you are surrounded. I think we had 97 women on the grounds last year between Friday to Sunday. And so, so you do have that opportunity to connect. Now here, I will say this, if you're reserved or you don't, you're kind of like, oh, I don't really talk to people, like you're going to have to be able to either have a friend with you that can help bring you alongside, because, we are not the ones that's like, here, let me take your hand and help you meet this person. Like you have to generally do that. And we can do that, right? We can connect. And, even meeting Christian and some of the others on the golf course, you're just naturally in an environment where you can have conversation. You're doing the clinic together on the side, and you're talking with one another. And so you're just naturally going to ask those questions and get to know one another. And I have some dear friends that I don't get to see every day, but we still connect on socials and things like that because of God Golf and Girls. And it really, truly is an experience. You're going to get way more out of it than the ticket cost. And I really don't even know how they make it work with the ticket cost as it is for the conference itself, the food, the venue, the swag that we get. You can see them wearing the hat and the shirt. You're going to get swag. You're going to have treats, throughout, snacks and things like that. Of course, your meals are covered. When Miss Beth says you cross that bridge, you're ours, she truly means it, because they've thought of all of the aspects of the event. So, so those are some testimonials from our women in the room. Just a few of the 97, but amazing testimonials. And they are not lying to you. I promise. We could just sit and talk about GGG for like a month. Like it can be a thing. I want to talk to you about the venue information. I want to share the website that Rose has beautifully created for us that has all of the information that you would need, or a friend would need, or a sponsor would need. Right there, just if you have questions, you can go to that website and you're like, okay, that's what I need. And so thank you, Rose, for creating that for us. And we have our speaker and sponsor lineup. So are y'all ready? Let me hear from you in the chat if you're ready. I hope y'all aren't sleeping on me. Okay, I know Judana's ready. Okay, here we go. Here's our venue. We are at Lake Lanier Islands in Buford, Georgia. It is gorgeous if you have never been there. Here's the actual photos without the words on it. If you fly, because I'm from Tennessee originally, I flew across from Tennessee to Georgia. And you can, Rose, you might remember, I texted the team from the airplane, like, I can see the islands where we have GGG. Like, it is just a standout venue. The venue is gorgeous. You cross the bridge, it's gorgeous. There's the waterfall. You're like the sprinkle waterfall in the water. It's gorgeous. The venue that we're at for Friday night is different. We personally have not been there. It's a new venue for Friday night. So I'm excited to see what that looks like. Gorgeous, I'm told. Gorgeous. Of course, the lodge is what they call it, where the hotel is. It's beautiful. The rooms are beautiful. The scenery, you can literally just go outside and sit on a bench. You can go by the pool and relax. You can take a shuttle and go to any of the other places. There's just different things to do there. Yeah. And the golf course is it's pretty top notch. So we're excited to share the venue with you. This is our website. We will send out the slides after to those that registered. If you're on the Facebook side and you want the slides, you just let us know, or you can go to our website, gcbnetwork.com. At the very top of the screen, there's a pull down. You can see it here. It says Home Directory, GCBN Store, and then GGG 11. And Rose has placed that there, has created this for us, and it's beautiful. And it has the information that you would need for our event. So check that out if you haven't yet. Okay. Have you guys met Carmen Caldwell? She has been our facilitator. We call it our mistress of ceremonies. She has been leading us out in God Golf and Girls, I think for this will be our second year, maybe third year. She also has been on program. She's been a GCBN member for a very long time. She's a coach. She has her own business. She's just an awesome, awesome lady. And I love how God flows through her. She was our gala presenter as well, our facilitator. And she just keeps it moving. She keeps it real. Like she's amazing. So she is going to be our facilitator leader at the event. She's going to keep us on track. She's going to help you guys know where to go, what to do, when the conference happens, we'll be back and, take a break. We're going to be back. She's going to keep us on track, and she does such a great job, and God uses her in such a way. And we can have our best laid plans, and Rose can tell you this too. We can be planning for GGG and all of the things, and God will change things up right there on the spot. And he's just moving in the place, and it is amazing. We have a prayer team. And when I say prayer team, I don't mean like, okay, they were praying a couple of times throughout GGG. No, like these ladies are saturating our event prior to, during, and after. And there is an actual prayer time in the mornings, and you can come and you can pray. You can just sit in the room if you want to, and they're praying throughout, and they're saturating the atmosphere, and asking God to be there, and asking the Holy Spirit to work in the women's hearts as they come through the thresholds of the doors. And you can feel it when you walk from the hallway into the room. So Renee Salvery is our event prayer warrior. If you don't know Renee, she's on our Monday prayer call. She leads that prayer call with Miss Beth, and I got to see her and meet her at the services, and she's just an amazing woman, and we're so grateful that God sent her to us. And then we also have Kiba, and Kiba's been around for a while. She was at my very first GGG event, and I was talking with her this weekend. Her daughter Kamaria was a teenager in high school and came to GGG, and now she's graduated college, and she's going to be at GGG, and she's literally grown up around business women and godly women. And we were talking about that this weekend, and just what a joy that is to grow up right there in the middle of GGG. And I just kind of just looked at her and I said, yeah. And it's going to be amazing when you see what God's going to do, with you and through you, and even in the event. And so she said that first year that Kamaria came, she said, I don't golf. I don't know how to golf. She's a high schooler. We did the clinic, and she was in my team, and we were out going and golfing. And she said she hit that she hit that ball so hard. She said, tink, and it went off like. And I said, Kamaria, I thought you didn't golf. And she's like, I didn't. I did not even know I could do this. And so it's so much more than just golf, or just it's all of those things. It's God, it's golf, it's girls, it's a retreat, it's a conference, it's a prayer session. It's just all of those things tied into one. Okay, let's keep going. Where two or more are gathered, they are praying for you, and you can be part of that. We do have vendors, and last year I think we had about, I'm trying to think, I don't want to lie to you guys, I want to say maybe like 10 vendors, 8 to 10 vendors. And they will be set up before the events, during any kind of break time, any lunch time, throughout the event. And so you can bring your money and shop if you're looking for books or counseling, or we've had products like jewelry and candles and skincare and just all the different opportunities. And it's a blessing to be able to support them as they're supporting GGG. And so this is our vendor spotlight as of now. We can take a few more. So if you know of people that want to be a vendor, you can send them our way. And so we're just excited to be able to offer that. And we'll advertise more in advance of what they do and what products they're having there, so that you can be prepared. All right. Well, we have event sponsors, and I'm so excited to be able to do this. We cannot put on an event like we put on without our event sponsors. And again, it's not something that I can just tell you, right? I can't just be like, it's a great event. You've heard from the speakers, from the testimonies. You can see on the website how, things are laid out and what we do. But it does take some sponsorship. So maybe as you're going through this and you're thinking, oh, well, that business probably would want to sponsor. Think about that and share it with us so that we can reach out to them. Because every year we want to make it better. And so far we have. Miss Beth and Dr. Jess have been able to do that. But, and I don't want to make this as a plea session, but They have spent the last several months caring for their husband and their father. And so we want to be able to help Rose and I help in any way possible. So if you will prayerfully consider either sponsoring or knowing or sharing a sponsor, that we can bridge the time. And God is the keeper of time. And we know that. And we know that He can make a way. But it would be amazing for them to not have to worry about God Golf and Girls right after Mr. Jerome passing and all of that entails with that. And so if you hear my heart, please, like, I'm not saying give us your money. I'm just saying, like, help us find the sponsors so that we can lighten the load for them, so that when they are able to come back into the seat, Rose and I can just hand them this beautiful package of things that we've already been working on. Okay. And Rose, would you like to share anything with that as well? And feel free, Rose, to chime in anytime, anytime at all.
Yes, there's definitely different ways that you can sponsor. I think some of the ways that we have a little bit unique. This year we're still working on it, but we are hoping to offer a digital sponsorship option where maybe you can share, maybe if you have an event coming up or just a slide of your organization during the event, during our breaks, that it'll be up. So look out for that information. We have whole sponsors. So you can actually have, you can see in the picture on the right, you can, well, we will actually print out your information and put it at the different holes, since I believe it's a 9-hole golf course, so that the ladies will be able to see your organization as they golf. We also have our beautiful magazine that we print every year. So there's different ways that you can advertise your organization. But it's also just a way for us to connect as well. So people will keep track of these. Like I still have all my magazines and I look through them, and we have note sections. So ladies will write notes in the magazines. And so they'll be able to reference back to those, and then you'll be there. So there's different ways for you to sponsor. And if you have anything, unique that maybe we haven't thought of, feel free to reach out to us. And I know Lisa already mentioned about the swag. So there's, your information can be printed on the swag. So there's different ways that we like to highlight just the wonderful things that God is doing through your organization, honestly. So, yeah.
And I do want to highlight, that was great, Rose. Thank you so much, because you shared so many things that I just forgot. I do want to share this too. The 9 holes of golf, it's not just our teams out there golfing. It is the whole golf, like they don't just shut down just for us. Like they start us on a hole. And I know, and Christian, you could talk to this probably too. We have some guys that are like a couple of holes back that are just waiting for us to finish, So what I'm saying about that is, if you're sponsoring a golf hole, it's not just God Golf and Girls that sees your advertisement at the hole. It's everybody who's golfing that day that's on those first 9 holes, or wherever they put us. There's 9 holes. And if the people that are there are playing 18 holes, like they're passing through, and oftentimes they're taking pictures, and maybe you could have a QR code or something. They're gonna see your business. And then also the magazine, we share that out with our membership as well, which we have about 2,000 between Facebook and Facebook group, maybe even a little bit more than that. So those are clickable links as well. So that goes out. And then also at the venue, the people can see it at the venue. So I just wanted to highlight that really fast. I'm going to go back a couple of slides. Okay. So these are our already have committed and have paid for their sponsorship for 2026. GGG 11. So our champion sponsor is Erica Jackson. Erica Jackson is also one of our Guardian Plus sponsors at GCBN, but she sponsors GGG every year, and it's a blessing. She's an amazing woman. She has a business called CYE. Her and her husband run it, and she's in a male dominated business. They do roofing and construction for government contracts. So she has a facility in Warner Robins, Georgia. They do a lot of things with the base at Robins Air Force Base. She lives in Jacksonville with her family, and so they have government contracts there. And so she's an amazing woman. She's been a speaker on our platform for many years that I can recall. And so we're glad to have her back as a sponsor this year. We also have Angie Sella. If you don't know Angie Sella, she was on Shark Tank. She created and she invented a product called Blinger, and it's where you put gems in your hair, gems in your hair, and you can see them in her hair there. And she is an author, a businesswoman, of course, a woman of God, and she's one of Miss Beth's friends. They got to meet through networking with Crystal Parker and out of the U.S. Christian Chamber down in Florida. And so anyway, she's going to be a sponsor as well. She's one of our friend sponsors. We also have Heather Rawson. You guys know Heather if you've been around for a little bit of time. She's the president of NACWE. And so she's our friend sponsor, and we're glad to have her back this year. We also have a new luncheon sponsor this year, Pauline Walker, and she has a wellness company that she represents. And so she is actually sponsoring our entire lunch on Saturday, and she'll be speaking a little bit during that time frame. And then we also have Katie Horner. Katie Horner is a I think they've been missionaries to out of maybe in Mexico, her and her husband, but she's an entrepreneur. She is I think she's the president of a speaking organization. I'm so sorry that I cannot remember it. I'll bring it back and to you guys. But she is a sponsor. She spoke last year as a highlight speaker on the Flamingo and gave us, that's her brand. And so Fabulous Flamingos, I think. Oh, I could be wrong. But she is a great speaker. And so anyway, she's our media sponsor this year. So we're excited for that. Okay. Oh, and we can't forget Pamela Bridgman. Pamela Bridgman. She is been with GGG forever. Like I think this is her 11th year. The very beginning, when Miss Beth and Jess did God Golf and Girls, she was at the very first one. She's been a whole sponsor every year. She's been a speaker, I think, every year. She usually opens us out on Saturday, and then she's been a vendor as well. And so we want to make sure that we highlight Pamela. She's an amazing lady. Last year we had a panelist of speakers, and so she was on the panel, and she'll be speaking again this year. And as Rose had already shared with you, the whole sponsors, these were our last year whole sponsors. So we bring them back every year to share at the virtual clinic as well. But these are also highlighted in our magazine. So not only are you on the whole itself, you're actually in the magazine as well. So you kind of get a double dip there. But these are our sponsors from the previous year, and we're excited that they partnered with us. We covered this slide already. Okay, and this is this year. This right here, the wheelhouse, and who manages this is Dr. Jess. She is our money person. She's the one that when me and Miss Beth get a little crazy on these calls and we start giving stuff away, and Dr. Jess starts giving us that eye because she's trying to keep us on, brand. She's trying to keep us within margins and all of those things. And Beth and I are like, just giving it away. And so this is Dr. Jess's wheelhouse, and she does such a great job. And she's our marketing director and has been for as long as I've been part of GGG. And so these are our sponsorship opportunities. But I want to say, and Rose wants to share as well, that if you're looking at this and you're like, okay, well, I can't do that, but I can do this, that is fine. Like, we are fine with that. Just let us know and we'll work it out and we'll figure out how that works. But yeah, and Rose even mentioned that too. Like, if you have another thought about something that happened in another event that worked and it's a great opportunity, share that with us so that we can, bring that to Miss Beth and Jess and, kind of see how that would work for God Golf and Girls. And again, like I said, we honestly, right here in this moment where we're at, we're trying to shorten the curve for them, for the time that they may have already, we would have already been planning some things, but because of Mr. Jerome and with hospice and them taking care of him, we're trying to help on this end to try to just give them a pretty package and say, here's what we have. And so maybe you're not a candidate for sponsorship, and that's fine, but maybe you know a business that would. And so that would be helpful too for us. Okay. Christian, it's your turn. I asked Christian, I said, send me some photos so we can put it on the slideshow. And I know you have photos in your slideshow as well. But the first time, I'm trying to think, the first time I met Christian, I think it was it at God Golf and Girls?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And I remember you came up to me and and this is what's so funny. And God has a sense of humor, you guys. Like, I'm not even joking. After God Golfing Girls, and we connected. And then afterward, you came on platform and you spoke on a Tuesday call because Christian also has a financial business and you can talk about that as well. But she gave us an amazing conversation and a talk. And in that call, I found out that Christian and I literally grew up like 20 minutes from each other.
In
Like,
Tennessee.
down the road. And I'm like, girl, you're my cousin, probably. And then last year at God Golfing Girls, you and I were able to connect. And so anyway, you just never know who you're gonna meet. You never know where they're like, it is a small world. And so anyway, Christian, I'm gonna turn it over to you, my friend. It is your time to roll, and I can't wait to glean from you. I'm in the background. If y'all have any questions, let Rose or I know, and I'll come back when you're done or if you need me.
Sounds good. All right, let me share the screen. I like to do it this way so I know what's going on. Alrighty. Oh, I usually have multiple screens, right? And I only have one screen today. So I'm doing it from like a PDF instead of like an actual show. All
No,
right.
you're good. We can see it.
Awesome. Yes, my name is Christian Haley. So with GCBN, I've been with GCBN just about a year now. And I actually came to learn about GCBN because I was looking for an organization to be a part of whenever I started my accounting firm, that I could be around Christian individuals and learn from them and entrepreneurs because it was something new for me. My mom had tried, having her own business, and I knew that I needed people around me to support me. And so that's how I was like, okay, I was looking for an event and I found God Golfing Girls. And I was like, oh, that sounds great. And then I found GCBN through the God Golfing Girls event, and just kind of like signed up immediately. And so I came onto our virtual event last year and with, oh, her name is, what's her name?
With Taylor?
Taylor, yes.
Yeah.
And Taylor is amazing, and she actually just had a baby, so that's why you get me this year. But Taylor's amazing. She played golf, and she did an amazing job going through it. And so I still had it in my mind that I was going to God Golfing Girls to play golf. And what I didn't realize is that's not what God had in plan. So the whole reason I found GCBN was actually golf. And so I'm super excited to be here and go virtual golfing with you guys today. So like I said, I had my other company was Providential Accounting. Definitely been in the theme for GCBN has been the shift this year. And so God has definitely used that in Providential Accounting. And my husband opened Faith and Fairways about 3 years ago. And then actually last year on Saturday night, when I was sitting in the seat at GGG, we had our first sale. And God said, I'm going to use Faith and Fairways for you. It's not Providential Accounting. I was like, but God, I have an accounting degree. He's like, yeah, but that's not it. So it's just been really awesome just since GGG to watch how he has worked through Faith and Fairways Golf Co. It's an apparel lifestyle brand. I have the shirt on. Yeah, it's I also have a code at the end for you to get some merch and get a 15% off for that too, so you can check out what we have. But it's just been really fun, and I feel like all my life I've been really super driven, and God is just like, girl, it's okay to just enjoy what I have for you. And so it's been really fun, and I'm super excited to share my passion with you guys. So how I started. You see the super prego picture over here. I was super pregnant whenever, actually, so 2 weeks before I delivered, I was playing golf. And but I started playing and had to basically relearn how to golf afterwards because I was swinging over a belly. And so once I had the baby, I took a few lessons and I really loved it. It was something that our family could do together. It was something that I could do with my husband, and it was really just a fun time being outside. It's so beautiful. That's where God has always really talked to me, is just out in nature. So golf was just something really natural that, I felt his presence all around me whenever I was out there. Um, so that's why I'm here. That's why I want to share my heart with you. I am not a professional PGA Tour golfer. I'm just a mom and a wife who loves golf. And so I wanted to share my heart with you, and also just to make sure, like, Lisa was saying, like, I don't golf. I don't want to go. That's not the heart, but I also want you to feel confident to go and try it. I really, really want everyone to try it because I don't want you to miss out on the great community that's out there on the course, not just with GGG. Like Lisa was saying, there's a lot of business deals that are made on the golf course. Like, golf is something you can play for life. From the time you see the little baby, my little baby out there with the golf ball, she's eating a leaf. And then my other daughter, she's got her Minnie Mouse shoes on backwards, and it's from a kid to grandpa. It's a great time to get out there. All ages of life, you don't outgrow it, so it's super exciting. And then let's go a virtual golfing together, and then Lisa, I'm gonna have you monitor chat. But let's play Never Have I Ever. um I I love Never Have I Ever. I used to play it all the time. So I know we have a lot of range in our group, but I wanted to know if anyone has ever touched a golf club. Or maybe you've played once or twice, or you've been to the driving range. Just want to see, like, kind of where we're at a little bit. Um, or maybe you took some lessons, and this is me, right? I took some lessons. I played for over 3 years now, and now I'm leading a golf clinic because God has a sense of humor. But it's so fun. I love it. I love it. And if you, this last one, I'm a pro and I will help you answer questions. Thank you. And you just feel free to come off mute if anybody has a question and it sounds like I have no clue what I'm talking about, because I am still learning. And that's what I love about golf, is it's continuous. So, all right. So what I'm going to talk to us about today is what golf is, the etiquette and flow, how the game works, some basic equipment that we need, and then some core fundamentals, like our grip, our aim, our setup, and then a simple swing concept. That way we don't get hurt, and just some encouragement and next steps. So let's get in it. Like I was saying, golf is something that you can play for life. It's a lot of fun. It's not about being perfect. It's not about hitting every shot right or even good. It's literally just about, that getting out there and doing it over and over and over, and that muscle memory. The overarching goal is you're going to get that little bitty ball, a little bitty white ball, from the tee box, which is where you start, to the hole, which is way on down there, in as few swings as possible. Okay, that's it in a nutshell.
Christian, can I say something?
Yeah.
And maybe this will make people feel a little bit better. Okay. We were at Stone Mountain one year. I don't even remember which year, maybe the first year, maybe the second year. And, there's water all around, which Lake Lanier has the water as well. And I'm trying to hit this ball, and I hit it so hard, like it goes tonk in the water. But I was proud of myself because I hit the ball, even though I didn't have a ball anymore. I mean, we give you balls, but like, my ball was done. But I tanked that thing in the water so hard. So it's okay. And you're going to laugh, and you're going to, of course, there's etiquette. So you kind of got to be quiet a little bit. But like, we're just hooping and hollering and carrying on and laughing. And so yeah. So if if you haven't
This
ever
is the
hit a ball
group
in
where
the
you
water,
have fun.
yeah.
Yes, you're safe here. You're safe here. Yeah, and kind of like she was saying, there's some golf etiquette that, we need to make sure to follow just so everybody around us has a good time too. But it's basically, be on time. You're gonna want to arrive 30 to 45 minutes early. I like to arrive a little bit like a little bit earlier than that, just because my nerves like always are jittery. So I like to eat some food. I like to go to the driving range and warm up. Definitely got to go potty, maybe a couple times. So give yourself, some time to get out there. That way you're really having fun. You don't feel stressed. This is a time of just like relaxation and coming out there, hanging out with friends, having fun. There is, you need to be properly dressed for the golf course. Can't wear a t-shirt. You can need your collared shirt. Some golf courses will allow you to wear like a tank, the kind. Some will not. So you do need to like research. Some will allow dresses, some will not. Some will allow skirts, some only pants. Like there's different things. So make sure whatever golf course you're going to, you research that. But at the one we're going to at Lanier Islands, you're good in skirts and the collared shirt that we'll be providing. And we also have hats that we'll be providing. So you're good with all that.
And
And
we'll
then
be
you'll want
sure to, sorry, Christian, we'll be sure to let your team leaders know exactly what color of pants to wear, because Miss Beth likes
Yes.
us to be in a certain color. And as soon as that is available, we'll let you know so that you can be shopping. But like Christian's saying, like a tennis skirt, that would be fine. No holey jeans. You can't wear jeans on the golf course. They won't let you. And it's not just a GGG thing. It's a golf, like she's teaching us now. Golf has an etiquette of how you have to do things in certain ways, and don't let it, sway you in a bad way. It's just,
No.
to keep the game like in a standard. And so yeah. And so it could be like long pants, or like some girls wear the shorts or so, but we'll make sure to tell you what that looks like. But you do, like Christian said, you're going to get a hat, you're going to get your polo shirt. So really you would just need to worry about your pants and whatever color that is. Because we'll all be together. So you don't want to be in like pink pants when everybody else is in like white pants or like black
Yeah.
pants or whatever. So anyway, okay.
Yeah, and make sure you wear closed-toed shoes. You don't necessarily have to have golf shoes. I do have some like golf sandals. Those are okay most of the time, but some places I'm not allowed to wear those. So it's safer to just have a good tennis shoe. And then the next thing is we want to make sure to be quiet, and this is probably where me and Lisa get in trouble. We have to be quiet whenever people are swinging. So whenever they're lining up for any shot, somebody has their club in their hand, even if it's somebody next to you, which I didn't realize that, but if it's if anyone's playing around you and you feel like you may be a distraction, just stop talking, stop moving, be quiet for just a few seconds, maybe minutes, depending on how long their setup takes. And be courteous and let them, hit their shot. And then once they hit their shot, you can move. Another thing is if you see people around you and maybe they're not the best golfers, and you see a ball coming at somebody, make sure to, where, like that's a real thing. You want to make sure to warn people as well. So that's whenever it's okay to not be quiet, is if you feel like someone's in danger, make sure to holler out. The other part is being respectful of the course. There's going to be some holes, especially if it says a par 3, that's basically going to be cart path only. That means you cannot drive onto the grass. Most par 3s are cart path only. So there are times when you can drive onto the grass or the fairway. Other times, don't do that. And then also you cannot drive near the T-pixes where you hit off of, and you can't drive onto the greens, which is where the hole is. Don't drive anywhere around that either. So I just wanted to kind of make sure we all know the general rules. That way we can have fun, everybody else can have fun, and we don't get in trouble. They do have rangers that like drive around, so they keep their eye on you, and I don't want anybody to get in trouble. But
And
it's
you
also
don't
just
have to
to
take
keep it
notes and like remember this for August.
No.
Like we'll be sure to let you know too and remind you of those kind of things. But just
Yeah.
you know, Christian's just wanting to give us a general overview of etiquette on the course. So
Yes, for sure, for sure. All right. And then the next part is, you know, not taking care of the course. Whenever you hit your ball, sometimes you'll take up a little bit of dirt. That's totally normal. But you do want to make sure to repair it. So you can either just take the clump of grass and kind of stick it back in the hole. They also, almost every golf cart has like a little bottle of sand. So you grab that bottle of sand and you just pour it in your little hole and kind of pack it down. That's being respectful of the course. And then you see on the right side of the little picture, there's the sand bunkers. If you hit your ball into there, you don't get a practice swing in the bunker. You have one shot to get it out of there, or how many ever it takes, but get it out of there. And then once you're done in the bunker, there's a rake next to the bunker, and so you'll want to rake your footprints out and the ball marks or anything like that. So just make it nice and smooth again. And actually, I'm wanted to show like this picture. You see how they have like the rake up? Put it down so people don't get hurt, because that does happen. And so we would just want to be mindful of those things. And if you hit a ball and it hits a rake, you just play again. It's fine. But yeah, so make sure we take care of the course. And then the other really important thing is keeping up the pace. Make sure to be ready whenever it's your turn. And then you can take a few practice swings, but really 2 or 3 is like all you really want to do. There's some people that I've seen that take a few more, and it just delays the game, and there's people behind you waiting. So we just want to be mindful of that. We want to be nice to everybody that's playing. And then if you hit the ball, and this is super normal, if you hit the ball and it doesn't go very far, don't just keep hitting it, like inching it. We got to keep up the pace. So you can just grab your ball and then drive on down the course, then you throw it, and then you take it. It's like you hit it from there. It's all good. Or you hit it into the trees and you know that you're not going to hit it back onto the grass out of those trees. You just pick up that ball and you throw it. Just fairway shot. It's all good. You just keep on going. It's for fun. You know, we don't have to take it too serious. You don't have, I mean, if you're going to be hitting out there, we're not PGA Tour people, so it's all for fun. All right. And then wanted to kind of give the whole general how golf works, right? So I was talking about, you have your tee box. That's where we're going to start. That's what you put the little golf tee in, and you get your driver, and that's where you're going to start from. You have the middle of the golf course, which is your fairway. This is the area between the tee box and the putting green. This is where you try to stay in the grass and you try to avoid the sand traps and the trees. The middle is where you want to be. And then the finish of the hole is the putting green. And so that's where we're going to try to make all of our shots. Par is the goal number of swings per hole. So I was saying like a par 3. That means ideally, in a great golf world, it would take you 3 shots to get that ball from the tee box to the putting green. If you are under par, then that means that you hit it in the hole in less than what they think is the goal number. Or if you're over par, that means it took you more. Usually it's, I think 3, like if you're 3 over par, that's whenever you're supposed to just kind of pick up your ball and you write down your number. That's the general etiquette of how to play. That way it just keeps the game going. So like a double bogey, triple, you're good. All right. And then if you're under par, go sign up for the PGA Tour. But I'm definitely way over par. But it's really fun. All right. And then something that whenever I was thinking of golf, I'm like, oh, I got to get all these golf clubs. I need my own set and everything. That is not the case. And for GGG, you do not need your own golf clubs. So don't let that hold you back. We will have a few sets to share at GGG. I know I have my set. I will definitely share. We can also rent some, or you can borrow some. And you really only need like a driver, which is that big one right here. Can you see my mouse? This one is our driver. That's for the big long shots for whenever we're teeing off. These irons are for the middle shots, kind of whenever we're in the fairway. And then we're going to use a wedge, which also you see this P, that's a pitching wedge. So they kind of look like your irons, but they have a P or an S on it for sand wedge. They may have numbers like double-digit numbers, like a 60 or a 58. So if you see something like that, that's usually for your wedge.
And
That's for a
don't
short
stress
shot.
out. Yeah, y'all don't
Nope.
stress out about the numbers
Don't.
or any of that. It'll be
Yeah.
just
You'll be
take a club
fine.
and hit the ball. And the tink ones that I was telling you about is that big one that she just showed you, the one that's at the
Yes,
top
this
on
is
that.
your tink. This is
Yeah,
your tink. I
it'll
love
go
you.
tink, and it just
is your
feels so
tink one.
good. Yeah, it feels so good when you hit it and it's like tink, and you're like, yeah.
Yes. And then this right here, this is your putter. So this is what you use on the green. So this one and this one, those are like the main ones. And then these are just kind of to try and get you down there. All right. And so wanted to go over, this is going to get a little bit technical, but I just wanted you to have some like confidence going in. This is some things you can practice over time. Don't let this scare you whatsoever. This is just so you have something to start with. It just helps me because I'm like, okay, I need to know like what am I actually supposed to be doing? So I wanted to kind of walk us through that. That way we could just come in with some confidence. So, and I'm going to show you, this is going to be my golf club. It's a towel. I really suggest that you practice with a towel. It's really helpful for just being at home and practicing your swing. So I'm going to stand up over to you. So on here, can you see?
Yes.
We'll take my hand, and I'm going to put it just like this, and we're going to wrap it. There we go. And then you point your thumb down the shaft. That's not working, so I'm not gonna do it. But you can see on the pictures, it's a very natural like grip. And you take your index finger, wrap it around your pinky, and that's how your grip is. Just the slight like alignment will help you hit that ball like straighter. It'll help with like that's how your game is going to get better, is just kind of adjusting your grip certain ways. So you can play with that at home. Get you a towel and just start swinging, play with your grip. It's going to be great. But even if you just go out there and grab a club, like you'll be fine. So if you're hitting the ball and you're like, my ball keeps going this way and I want it to go this way, I know that's really frustrating. And so I wanted you to know why it's doing that. You want the club face to the target, not your body. You want the club face to the target. And then just keep your feet parallel to your club. That way, whenever you swing, you just stay nice and square. That's what's going to get the ball to the target easiest. You see in that middle, the close stance, they're kind of angled kind of back towards the ball. That's going to make it go to the right. You see that line pointing to the right, so then you're crossing. And then the open stance is where you kind of, your shoulder is kind of facing away from the target. That's going to pull your ball to the left. So you want to stay nice and square, and you will have a better shot at aiming to the right spot. And always kind of aim your club face right there at your target. So at the flag where the hole is.
And
All
we'll have
right.
time to practice this too on the greens.
Yes.
And Christian may tell you this, but something that that I started doing that was recommended was to shake your booty before you go, which
Mm-hmm.
sounds really weird, but we tend to grab a golf club like a baseball bat, and that's not
Mm-hmm.
how you golf. You have
Oh.
to, you put it like Christian showed, and we'll show you too on the greens,
Yes.
because there'll be that little practice time before we get going. Because you want to, like, it's just a natural tendency to like pick it up and act like you're swinging it like a bat. And something that Taylor told us is to shake your booty, like shake it out, because you want to anticipate, you intentionally or unintentionally, you anticipate the shot, but when you shake it out, it lets your body relax to where you can just take the shot. And your arms are swinging kind of like in a pendulum type situation, but I don't know if it'll be Christian or if it'll be Taylor, whoever's on the greens with us practicing, like they're going to show you this in real time as well and help you with
And you'll get to
placement.
do it with a club.
Yeah.
That'll help. Yeah, and the other thing is instead of like thinking like swing a bat, like think I'm sweeping the floor. That's what is helps me the most, is like I'm not trying to hit this ball. I'm trying to sweep this ball out the door. And whenever I'm trying to do a good sweep out the door, that's whenever I hit my best shots.
That's good.
And so this is a really good setup visual. Like you don't want to be, you don't want your back arched. You want to just a slight, slight bend. Your knees are slightly flexed, and then keep your hands up under your chin. A good posture is going to mean better contact, and that means better shots. You want in that weight balance. That's basically what Lisa was saying. That's why you want to kind of shake it out so that you're not like setting up too much on one side. You kind of shake it out, balance your weight, and then you're ready to go.
And we laugh and say, shake your butt, shake your butt.
Yeah, shake your butt.
I don't mean to offend anybody, but it helps. And then you're like, I hit it. That's so wild. I hit it. And so I just started shaking every time. Just shake it out before you hit it.
It's really good to have a setup routine too. So that sounds like it's part of your routine now. Mine, whenever you do that routine over and over, like your body just kind of mentally like does it better. So for sure. And so this is the simple swing concept. It's really hard for me because I did play softball and I want to pound it. I'm like, if I hit it really, really hard, it's going to go a lot farther. And usually I either hit the ground and that hurts really bad and it may break my club, or I will miss hit and it will not go very far, or it will go way to the left or right. So it really is like you want to be smooth, and you also don't want to hurt your back. You want to just keep it nice and smooth. And you don't want to go, too hard. So that's why I wanted to talk to us about a simple swing, because I feel like some women are like, I have a bad back. I don't want to get hurt. So I just wanted us to think about, just a smooth swing. That way we don't get hurt. We have fun, because that's the main thing. And you can hit it actually really, really far without having to use a lot of power. So I wanted to make sure you understood, like, you don't have to be very strong to play golf. It's not about that. And there's also tee boxes. I should have talked about this, but we're going to be playing the very front tee box, which is the ladies' tees. And so that's or it's even the juniors' tees. But that's going to make it so we're not going as far as like the men would go. And so on here, I just want to talk about the back swing. Basically, and I wanted to stand up and show you, but since it's not really working, you basically go back until your arm wants to break. And you see in this picture right here, like he is all the way back. We're not going all the way back like that. Like mine is like right here. It's just kind of enough to keep it straight. Once it kind of wants to turn, that's where you stop. And you'll kind of feel it in your back. Your back will be like, okay, I'm done turning, and that's fine. Just keep your eye on the ball and swing through, and you'll be fine. I don't want you to to get hurt. I want you to have fun. So that's why I wanted to make sure just slow and controlled, and we're out having fun. We're in nature, experiencing all that God has for us, and we're with our friends. We're not trying to be on PGA Tour and get a scholarship or anything. So, and then this is our downswing and our follow through. So don't chop at it, don't stop it. That's going to take away your power. So all the way through, just like I was saying, like sweep that bug out the house, and then it'll just kind of naturally like come back through. Get the dirt out. Just that's what I think. Like so it's just nice and smooth, and then you're turning those hips. I always think like, let me see your hips swing, and that's that's how I do it. So but hopefully this is just a little bit to kind of help you like, okay, now I know what I'm supposed to be doing. And so you'll be a little bit more confident, and you're like, okay, I'm not going to get hurt. Everything's going to be fine. And I don't have to kill the ball. So hopefully this helps. Like I was saying, it's about, just being outside, quality time, having fun. If you still are like, I don't understand golf, it's not for me, I really, really, really encourage you to at least just come out, because I want you to experience the camaraderie. And I would love for you to be my golfing buddy. I'll even let you drive the golf cart. It's
My
just a
favorite
lot of
part.
fun. Yeah. Yeah. It's super fun. And last year I saved my testimony for now. Last year I really did go with like, I'm a very competitive person, and so I was like, all right, I'm going to this beautiful course, and I'm going to play, and I'm going to get this great score. And I'm like, and I came with all this like mindset of like golf etiquette, and I'm like, guys, we gotta go. And we were not on time. Like it was, I was like, we're supposed to be golfing right now.
Yeah.
And God just showed me like they were gonna let me go ahead and like start golfing, because they're like, okay, Christian really wants to golf. But whenever he was like, no, I need you to stay with your sisters, and I need you to understand that it's about more than golf. And I got to hang out. I was in like, I had all the younger girls with me, and watching it click for them, and they started hitting some amazing shots. Some of them were doing better than I was doing. It was a lot more fun to be out there, enjoy the people that I was with, and just slow down. So it was so great. And that's why I love GGG. Is God definitely shows up and gives each one of us exactly what we need. It's not about the golf whatsoever, but the golf is fun. And if you really want to play golf, I'm here to help you. Taylor is here to help you. We want you to have fun. So, and like I was saying, you can scan this QR code. We have some great things. My husband is the one who like mainly creates all the t-shirts and all that. So but we have t-shirts, we have hats, we have all this different golf apparels, and just kind of how you share your faith on the golf course, because you can be at one of those, company events, and it'd be kind of more of a secular sport, but also just very simple way to kind of spark a conversation. So that's where our heart is with it. And so there's a code for you. And if you spend $10 more, you can get 15% off. I hope you've learned something from this. If nothing else, like golf is fun, and come golf with me and we'll have a ton of fun. So
Thank you, Christian. So good. So good. There are some things that Christian mentioned within the conversation. And Christian, you did great. This was awesome. And I want to ask this. She mentioned where your eyes should be. I don't know if you guys caught this, but if you did, type it in the chat, because we're going to give a giveaway. She said your eyes should be, and then she told you where your eyes should be looking. Do you guys remember where she said? And this is key when you're golfing, because a lot of times we look in the wrong place. Where you want your ball to go. I will say you're close. You're
That's what
close.
always messes me up though.
Yes.
And if you look where your ball is gonna go, you're gonna pull up and you need to stay down.
Yeah. So
That
where
doesn't
should
tell
your
you, I'm
eyes,
not telling you where you put your eyes though.
right? Where should your eyes be? Where should your eyes be? In that sentence, you have the answer. Yes. Myra, you're
Yes.
right. Your eyes should be on the ball. And that's really strange. And it's contrary to what you would think. You know, you're like, well, I need to know where it's going to go. And something that that they'll teach you too on the greens, or like when you're what is it called? The range. Because we'll go to the range first to
Yeah.
practice in your driving range and you shoot some balls.
Yeah.
Most golf balls will have a name on the side of the golf ball. I don't have one, or I would show you, but if you look at a golf ball, there's a name. It could be the name, the brand name, it could be the name of the event that's holding the thing, but there's a name on the golf ball. And so if you put the name and you put the tee, so you have the tee and then the ball sits on the tee, and you aim for that name because you're looking at the ball and you're aiming at the name, you're going to hit the ball and the ball's going to go off the tee. I did not know that. And when I knew that, I started
Game
hitting the
changer.
ball. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a game changer. So, so Myra, you got the answer. Cynthia, thank you for answering. We're going to give you another chance to win a prize. So don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me. But yes, look for the name on the golf ball. And when you're shooting or hitting that ball, you're going to focus, you're going to shake it out. You're going to focus on that name and you're going to hit at the name, and it's going to go, and you're going to be like, wow, that was cool. Okay. So we have our second winner, and Rose, I don't know if you're keeping track. I hope so. Cause, oh yes, I do remember our first winner. And then Myra, you're our second winner. And then we're going to have one more winner toward the end. And do not let us forget to do that. Christian, any final words? And you're here, so I'm sure if we have questions, we'll. Does anybody have any questions for Christian? Let's do that. Does anybody have any questions? Perfect. Thank you. All right. Well, if you have any questions, I promise no question is a silly question, because listen, I wasn't even going to go because golf was in there, and then I did, and I learned things, and it's amazing. And Christian, you did such a great job of teaching us and making us so comfortable, and like what we need to wear and where we need to go and what the different parts of the course are, and even the clubs, because sometimes that can be daunting where you're like, which club do I use and so they're going to cover that again on the course as well before we get out there. So don't know what I don't know. Yes, you don't know what you don't know. Do you get to bring water to drink? That's a great question.
Yes. Definitely
Yes.
bring water, stay hydrated. It does get hot. Yes.
It
And like
does.
this is a cooling towel. Like a cooling towel is something good. Definitely want to make sure you stay hydrated. Also snacks. I know I need a snack. Because you'll start just getting, this is it is like a lot of walking. And you do get, that fatigue. So just make sure you stay hydrated and get a snack.
And there are shade parts that you can park in and kind of, get a little breeze. I will tell you, and if you've been to GGG, Miss Beth and Jess are all about the snacks and making sure that you guys have things that you need. So you'll be given a snack bag, and you're going to want to go through that bag and put it in your golf bag, because you'll have a little
Julie-
golf bag to take with you.
Julie
ahead.
gives you those little drink things too. That was a
Yeah.
lifesaver for me last year. Those
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but it's like this little powder for your water. Those things were
Mhm.
really great.
Yeah. So make sure that if no one tells you, we're telling you now, and hopefully we'll remember. Rose, maybe you can take a note, because sometimes I forget too, but you'll want to make sure to bring some things in your bag. They usually also, Jess will have a cooler that has like Powerades or Gatorades and things in it. But for sure, you can always bring a water. They also, not always, but I feel like they also have these trolley things that come around, and they sell drinks as well. So you could do that.
Park girls. Yeah.
Yeah. The clubhouse has I don't think they always have bottled drinks, but they do have like ice water that you can, get refill a cup up, or if you have a bottle that you bring or whatever. So definitely be aware of that. Can you bring a small cooler? I mean, I don't think you, yeah, I think you
Typically,
can.
typically you cannot bring
Okay.
small coolers to
Okay.
golf courses. They usually have a cooler on the cart though. And
Yeah,
you can
that's right.
get ice from the clubhouse and put your stuff in there. But
That's right.
typically they will not let you bring in like outside food and drinks typically, but you can kind of usually sneak stuff in there.
Yeah.
But,
Okay.
and then how long is the golf experience? It's usually about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on how long it takes us to actually get there, kind of get warmed up and start playing. Usually a 9 holes takes about 3 to 5 hours, but we won't be really doing it that. So if you only get in like 3 to 4 holes, that's really good
That's a good
actually.
game. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
that's a good game
time.
for GGG.
Yeah. And then I want to mention too, sometimes we can get delayed because that Saturday before we go to golf, we take a photo because not everyone will go to golf. Some people have been 10 years and maybe they just don't, they're doing a spa or they're going to, have dinner, whatever that looks like. So the thing that can help us too is when we're at the venue on Saturday and we're getting ready to go to golf, that Saturday, you're going to want to make sure you wear your hat and your shirt and your pants
All day.
and your tennis shoes. Be
Just be
decked
ready.
out in your golf gear because whether you go to golf or not, and if you're new, we really encourage you to go to golf. But for those of you that may have already golfed and you're like, I check that box, it's good. I mean, I go every year, so it's good. But make sure that you're dressed and ready because if you don't have that going on, and then we have to send you upstairs to get changed and all of that, it just takes a little bit longer to get us where we need to go. And then we're also at the mercy of the golf course to tell us when to start for our tee times. So if somebody, like if we're running late on a photo, then that's going to push their tee times back. So they're going to push us back. Like it's just kind of like a cycle. So we want to make sure that we're ready. We want to make sure that and we'll try to remind you, and we usually do a good job of that, like the night before, like, hey, don't forget to come down in your golf attire. Bring your bags, bring your snacks, be ready. And then after we do yeah, there's a spa, Phyllis. Yes. Then then we'll drive over to golf, and there's also shuttles as well. If you don't want to drive, you could catch a shuttle. So then we have to wait on the shuttle. So there's some time overlap too, but if we can just be in place when they tell us to be in place, then it'll be good to go. You guys can also look at, and Rose shared it in the chat here, but Lake Lanier, you can look at their website and they have just different activities available. I will say though, our conference is action packed, and every second we're utilizing every second. There is breakfast in the morning. Of course, there's prayer time, and then we roll right into the conference. That Friday night, I didn't go over schedule, but that Friday night we have an experience that's Tranquility, and it is the venue is set and it sets the scene, and it's an opportunity for you to kind of, maybe you're coming into the conference and you're like, I'm not really sure what this is about. It's an opportunity for you to meet the ladies, let your hair down, kind of just get a feel for what things are like. And then Saturday is the conference as well, but then golf, and then lunch, and then golf, and then we have a picnic at the evening. So as soon as golf is over, we meet for our picnic. And so if you don't drive, if you're not driving throughout the park, there is a shuttle, but you're kind of at the mercy of when the shuttle, is there. And usually they'll run every few minutes or whatever, but just so you know that piece. And again, if you have any questions, you'll be assigned a team leader. It'll be one of our GGG admin teams, Rose, myself, Jess, Aisha. And so you'll be able to reach out and ask those questions, and we'll help facilitate as best that we can. Yeah, Rose says, yes, they do have a spa available. We will send more details. Yeah. So you'll have that, and the food really is good. Okay. Any other questions for Christian? And then Christian, I'm going to snag the screen share back if I can.
Yes, ma'am.
Here we go. All right, we're kind of right at time. Oh, what's happening? Hang on. What did I do? Redo. We're gonna retry that one. Here we go. I'm using hubby's laptop and I'm a little lost on where I'm at right now. That's the Zoom window. All righty. You guys, I'm on my husband's laptop, so it's a little different. Okay. Are we sharing or not sharing?
You're not
Probably
sharing right now.
Okay. You would think I've done this before a couple of thousand times. Okay. There we go.
You're good. You're good now.
Okay. So Christian's done her training. Okay, ticket information. If you have not received your ticket yet or purchased your ticket yet, you can do that on Eventbrite. You can scan this QR code. We'll send the slides out also, so you'll be able to click the links as well. Eventbrite will charge fees. They charge processing fees and different things like that. If you want to avoid those fees and to save yourself, those fees, then you want to make sure that you reach out to Rose or I, or you go to the Facebook page at the God Golf and Girls event, and you'll have opportunities there as well to pay. Eventbrite is going to give you a receipt. It's going, so for all of that, if that's what you need, go ahead and do that. If you do it through Zelle or through one of our QR codes, you just need to keep track of that for your purposes. Because we won't be able to go back next year and be like, well, here's your GGG fee, right? You want to keep track of that, for that. So you can go to this website to get your ticket. We do have day rates, but don't let that be like, well, I'll just come on a Friday, because what I found is people come on Friday and they're like, well, now I want to go on Saturday, and then we may not have a room for you. So you definitely want to make sure that you schedule that, book that out, so that we can get those rooms blocked off for you. This is a business opportunity. So if you have a business, this is a conference. So you can use that as your conference time, as your professional development and those kind of things. In the ticket fees, as I said, I actually went to Lake Lanier last night, or maybe it was like early this morning before I went to bed, just to kind of see what the room rates were like. For 2 days, your room rates are almost $700 just for the room itself. And you can do that on your own and as I started the call, I said, I don't really know how they do what they do, because the ticket is, you're going to a conference. So think of it that way. Your hotel is included in your ticket fee. You have your golf swag, you have all of the things that you need. You have your meals covered, and we are taking care of you from the whole entire time. So we just want to share that with you. There will be, some day opportunities if you have friends that are like, well, I can only come on Sunday. And you're going to get the best rate. The weekend rate is going to be your best rate. So just wanted to share that with you guys. And then our upcoming events. So I mentioned earlier at the top of the call was that we have the prayer call. Ms. Renee Salvery and Beth run that call. It is not an advertisement. It is not a training. It is not a, hey, this is what we're doing at GCBN. It is a prayer call, and it's coming together corporately to pray for one another. And that is still going on. Renee is still running that call for Miss Beth. And so 9:00 on Monday, you can be on the prayer call. We had to set up our Zooms a little bit different because we had people coming in from other places, and we just had to make it to where we had to register people to be able to be on the call so that we knew who was actually in the Zoom rooms. So you do have to register for these calls. And I recommend, and Rose recommends, that you either bookmark the thing that the Zoom link sends you, because they'll send you a link of calls with your call-in information, your login information. And so save that. You can even write it down. I know Jeanette Lasky was like, I just write it down so I have it. It'll give you the Zoom number call in and then your password for each of those calls, and just have it readily available so that you can get in. Because some people are having trouble and they're like, well, I don't know how to get in. So that will help us out if you do that. Worst case, you can always go back to the newsletter that Rose has, register again, and get the new information through your email. You can do that as well. but it's going to assign you a passcode to get in for you. Okay. So that's for prayer call, Transformation Tuesday, or Living Well Wednesday. All of those are on Zoom. And so that's how you would get into the calls. Transformation Tuesday next week, I have, I don't remember, but I know it's going to be good. But tune in at noon on Tuesday for Transformation Tuesday. And then Living Well Wednesday, of course, is on Wednesday at noon. And Miss Larissa Jean did our Friday Noon Nugget. So if you haven't seen that, go back to the Facebook page. I'm at the Facebook group, and you can watch that and get that nugget that she shared for us and with us. Our next in-person event is going to be July 18th. That's going to be our quarterly business networking event. We have Jason Davis, who is a financial business owner. He owns Jericho Force, and he's written a book called Fortify, and his tag name is Mr. Fortify. He's a great guy. If you've never met him, he's really amazing. He's going to be speaking and teaching us, as well as Vicki Jumper. Vicki Jumper owns Southern Comfort Hospice, and she's been a corporate sponsor with GCBN for as long as I can remember. She actually was Mr. Jerome's nurse. She's been with GCBN and friends with Beth for as long as I can remember. And she's going to be speaking and teaching on the platform too. She's a really powerful lady. She's going to be our GGG music minister. I don't know the words, but she's going to be singing with us. She's going to be leading us in song. And she sang at the funeral for the wake and the funeral. And she is just a beautiful person inside and out, but just her gifts are amazing. And I love how she shares them with GCBN. So she will be speaking as well. And that's going to be July 18th at Cornerstone in Lawrenceville. You can register for that. Rose already has the events set up for us on Facebook. You can just go to the Facebook page, go to the events tab, and find that event. And then, of course, God Golf and Girls in August. And we hope that you'll join us. If for some reason a question pops up, just reach out to us. Christian will be she's in the Facebook group, and you can comment to her or chat with her. Of course, Rose and I are out there as well. And we are just glad that you're here with us today. We're going to do some giveaways on behalf of Jess and Beth, and we're just going to do 3 because I don't want to overwhelm them. But our number one prize that we're giving away today, Rose, do you want to go ahead and cover that for us?
Hi, everybody. Our number one prize is for our attendee who joined us first. So we are giving that prize away to Miss Phyllis Breach. Thank you so much for logging in and chatting with us before everybody else logs in. So that prize is going to you. Thank you.
Good job, Miss Phyllis. We're so glad that you're here. Yeah.
Congratulations. All the hearts. I love it.
Okay. And then we know our second prize. I am not where I need to be to see. Rose, can you? Was it Myra? I can't remember our second prize. The one that commented.
Yes, it was Myra.
Okay, perfect.
And
then our
question.
Go ahead, Rose.
Yes, for our participant who answered our question correctly, that was Miss Myra. So, and it's Calhoun. Hopefully I say that right. I tell everybody English is not my first language, so excuse me, please. But yes, the prize goes to you. Congratulations. Thank you for being engaged, paying attention, answering the question correctly. So congratulations.
Awesome. So what you guys want to do is you want to make sure that you email us. You can email Rose because you probably have talked with her most recently on the email side, because Rose, she's outstanding. She just keeps us afloat. She tells us where to be and what to do, and she keeps things going in the background, and you guys don't even see it. And she's just a blessing to us, to Miss Beth, and to GCBN. And so if you'll message her or email her your name, your mailing address, and your email address, that will allow her to be able to get. Actually, Rose, I was going to take that. Do you have time to do that before you leave? I'm so sorry. I'm shifting. Yes, name, mailing address, or email address. You can email them to Rose and myself. Do that, Rose and myself, and we'll get them to Beth to be able, or not Beth, Dr. Jess, to be able to get your prizes to you. Okay. And let's see here. Okay. I should have done this at the top of the hour, but I did not. So we're going to do it now. Our acronym for the year is SHIFT. And the way that God gives Beth acronyms. And this is a word for the year. She's prayed over it. She's lived it. She's walked through it. She's wrestled with God. Are you sure it's this verse, God? Yes, God, that's the verse. And she's capturing this acronym that he has given to her. And I find that at the end of the year in December, like we know this acronym like the back of our hand. It is something that it's deep root seated in us. And so we're halfway through the year right now, and SHIFT is a part of us, right? But we're still going through it and we're still learning about it. And so SHIFT, it comes from Exodus 33:1, and I'll read that. I don't have the verse up here, but I'm going to read that to you guys. And of course, with life shifts and things shift. And so that's this year's theme is shift. And so we're going to continue to walk this out every day and every month on our platforms. For every call that we have, every event that we have, we're going to be addressing this, annotating this, living this, making this part of our life. And so it says, and the Lord said unto Moses, depart and go up hence, thou and thy people which thou hast brought up out of the land of Egypt, unto the land which I swear unto Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, saying, unto thy seed will I give it. And so we're going up from here for GGG 2026, GGG 11. We're going up from here. It's coming from this SHIFT acronym, and it's coming from the verse, right? Get up, go. We're going up higher. The S in SHIFT, it represents surrender still systems, specifically in our belief systems, in our operating systems, in our regulating systems, and in our navigating systems. All of those, we could be living the dream life, but we could always go back to those stale systems that we're using and tweak those. What does it look like? And we're surrendering those stale systems to him. We want to have the belief system that he wants us to have. We want to be running and operating on the belief system and the operating system. And we want to shift that to him and get from him what he wants us to be operating and how he wants us to be operating. We want to regulate right. We don't want to be impulsive and be angry and be frustrated. We want to regulate in the right way. We want to shift that regulation system and navigation system. Where are we going? How are we getting there? It's not how we used to get there. This isn't the old GCBN and how it used to be. This is the new one. So are we surrendering our stale systems? And if not, we're learning how to do that with these verses. The H in SHIFT is heightened heartbeat for him. We want our heartbeat to be so in tune to him, to be so heightened for him, that the words that we say, the meditations of our heart, the way that we encounter his people, the way we encounter people that don't know him, we want it to be so high and heightened for him that it's him that comes out of us, that it's him that we're sharing, that people see him in us and our life and in things that are lived out. And that's where we're going with that. The I in SHIFT, which is that gear shifter part, it's ignite, intentional, and influential impact. We have influence wherever we go. It can be that we are influencing or what we are being influenced by. And we want to be able to be intentional to ignite that intentional and influential impact. We want to be surrounded by people that are helping us to reach to the level that God wants us to be at. We want to be obedient to where he tells us to go and who we are supposed to be aligned with, right? We want to be intentional about that. And we are influencing. And how are we influencing? Are we influencing in a good way, in a not so good way? And listen, we're going to have bad days. And it's okay to go back and make that right if we didn't do something right. But we want it to be that we are making that intentional. It's igniting it. We're setting that fire to be intentional about the influential impact, Then the F is faith forward, future focus. And then Miss Beth added, and forgive. If we can't do the forgive first, even though it's at the end, if we can't do the forgiving, it's very hard for us to be faith focused and faith forward and future focused, because we're going to have that baggage with us. And I've said it before, and people have said it before. Forgiveness and unforgiveness are totally different if we're living in unforgiveness about anything. We're drinking poison, expecting the other person to die. And that's not how it works. We become bitter, we become shriveled, we become raisinous, right? We're like a raisin. But when we spend the time with him and we forgive and we give it to him, right, then we're able to do the other things that are before the F. We're able to do the S, the heighten the heartbeat for him, the I, right? So we want to be faith forwarded. We want to have the faith to go forward, but we want to be future focused. We don't want to just show up and be like, well, we don't really know what we're going to do for GGG. We just know we have it because it's in the forward, right? We want to be focused on it, but we have to do the forgiveness too. Okay. And then the final one is transition truth to trust. We have to be able to transition the truth to trust. It's one thing to know something. It's another thing to know but still trust, right? In the season that we're in today, and GCBN as a body, right? Because we're God's people and we're a church. Even, you know, two or more are gathered. We really are a family, and so we know things, but we still have to trust him, even though we know the things that are going on. We have to trust that he has our best interest at heart. We need to trust that he loves us. We need to trust, even though we may not see it that way. We may not feel it. The faith is the evidence of things hoped for, right? It's not things that we actually see. We're hoping for this. We're believing, we're trusting. So when we're transitioning our truth to trust, our truth comes from him and we have to trust him with it. Okay. And I think that's my last slide. So listen, this was a couple of years ago for our group photo for the admin team. You have Chrissy here and Beth and Rose and Dr. Jess and my crazy self over there. But we look forward to seeing you guys at GGG 11, GGG 2026. We'll have some acronyms that we'll share with you guys and some hashtags that you can be sharing. But this one is going to be, for now, shift, go up from here. And we are so glad that you've spent your afternoon with us or your morning with us today. If you have any questions, we're here. And you can get your tickets, and I'll share, Rose and I'll make sure we get these slides out to you guys through email, and it's on the Facebook side. So those of you that are on the Facebook side, if you want to share it out to your friends that may want to join you, sharing is caring. And so care about your people and share it with them, because it really is a great, great, great experience, and it's best experience together. So Christian, do you have any final words for us?
Just don't let the word golf throw you off. Come play with us. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
GGG is amazing.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I want to shout out the names that are here. We have Phyllis Breach. Thank you so much for joining us. We have Myra Calhoun. Thank you so much for joining us. We have Cynthia Lyles. Cynthia, I think you were on a call with me one time, and that was amazing. Thank you for joining us. And of course, we have Judana, who is in Belgium, which just blows my mind. I'm like, it's like 3 something there, and she's here with us. Thank you for that. And then I know you have a friend that's joining us as well on the Zoom side. And then it looks like we have Conchita Margaret. Thank you for joining us. And of course, my dear friend, Rose, thank you for being here. Thank you for leading us and praying us through it, and being the host and managing the chat and all of the things. And I'm so glad you're here. You're just a godsend. I thank you. And I hope you have fun in Florida. All right. If you guys don't have anything else for us, let us know. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you for being here. We will get these slides to you. And if you have anything, just let us know. All right. And we'll send our love to Miss Beth for you. Okay. Bye, guys.